for a SWAT tournament. That's funny. Fucking Halo 3 esports. That doesn't exist anymore.
Halo is still very popular. By the way, welcome back for the second half.
Hello.
Where were we? Watch order, nighttime setup, sleeping arrangements.
Okay. Well, if we've got a lot of people here.
Yes, you do. The number of people that you have is 13 people.
Mm-hmm.
Finley sleeps through the night.
I also sleep through the night. Same. Probably said like the kids. They can wake us up if anything weird happens. I'll probably I imagine Kelly's a light sleeper because of the years of adventuring and doing watches and stuff, right? So probably early morning she would wake up and start preparing breakfast for everyone.
Okay. The hirelings have lullaby services available if you need someone to sing you to sleep.
Please don't do that.
Dave is just like, no. You know, it's like a pillow menu, right? Your butler comes by and offers you the pillow menu. You select the pillow you want to use that night.
Wow, I've never heard that before.
Really? Listen, yeah. I hadn't heard of it either until I got that really nice room on the cruise ship. But let me tell you something. I may never again be able to take a cruise without getting one of the penthouse rooms. The pillow menu is fantastic. You're just like, I see there's a selection of nine pillows. I'll take that one for this particular evening.
It's like a pillow sommelier.
But standard fare when it comes to Kelly sleeping, by the way, completely naked. Like it's not as abrasive.
Surprise to no one.
Yeah, surprise to no one except for maybe our new traveling companions. So.
It's not like a baby holding an apple anymore.
They have been in the Adventuring Guild their entire lives. They're orphans. Yeah. This is not shocking to them. Drunken adventurers lying around naked is pretty much what they're looking forward to for the rest of their lives.
Perfect. Yeah. And you know what? I'm basically just like, if you want to do something during the night, feel free to shine my armor, I guess.
Okay. So Tomas will personally polish your armor.
Yeah, I'm basically like, like I imagine standing there completely naked, just being like, "You're a good kid,"
He's not making eye contact with you, but he's just like, "Yes, whatever you say, boss."
Don't call me boss. Call me Kelly, and then I'll, flop onto the bed and just sleep. Bedroll, whatever.
Quietly, he says, "Good night, Kelly." This spawns off everyone in camp going, "Good night, Lysithia." Good.
Oh God.
Good night, Nom Nom.
Good night, Nom Nom.
I just like to imagine Nom Nom just screams at the top of his lungs when he says good night.
Nom Nom, say good night to all. Yeah, the hirelings rotate through sleep practice. Team Lysithia sets up their own rotation just in case, but they extend it out on the assumption that you guys are going to be sleeping for like more than 8 hours, an extended long rest. So they all get in 8 hours of sleep as well. When you wake up in the morning, Kelly has breakfast laid out. Are you making breakfast for the whole group?
Yep.
You have enough food to do that?
If not, I would have caught some fish in the morning too.
Okay, yeah, sure. Make a fishing check real quick. Make sure you can get enough for 13 people. It's a considerable amount of fish.
Nope.
You come up short. You're probably gonna need 4 or 5 rations to cover everyone.
Sure, I'll spend 4 rations.
Okay.
It's breakfast for everyone. It's a little on the lighter side, though.
Yeah, well, you're about to spend all day marching. You don't want to have a heavy stomach for that, right?
Nom Nom's watching his figure.
Nom Nom has incredibly low body fat. He's got that vein popping potential right there. You know what I'm talking about. Nom Nom operate on orcish diet, mostly only meats and plant proteins. Low fat, No
so
breads.
like everyone then. Okay.
Nom Nom explained to Halfling macros.
Do you know keto?
Yeah, Nom Nom is on the keto. It's prehistoric too, you know.
Nom
And-
Nom takes the fish bones from last night and makes a protein shake.
Nom Nom suck marrow out. It's good for growth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Doc is just gonna pack his bowl with some English breakfast hash and have a little breakfast.
Thing.
Yeah,
It's like
I've got-
English
I've got,
breakfast, but like for smoking.
yeah, I've got like little pouches for like throughout the day. They're seasonal as well.
Oh my god, I love the idea that you get all of your shit from halflings, and you know, there's like supper, second breakfast, 11sies.
Yeah, but it's a bowl and a bone pipe. Like
And there's
it's not a full meal.
pumpkin
Exactly.
spice latte.
That's for like
You know what? Don't
fall.
mock pumpkin spice latte. It's almost the season upon us, and I will be eating so much pumpkin spice.
It's for like
You mean the season of all year round when you can get that stuff literally everywhere because there's
no,
like, so
you
many pumpkin in
can't.
it?
You can't. I swear you can't. This is Delaware. You can't get anything. That
Well,
Yeah.
there's not actually pumpkin in it. It's like just a couple basic spices. You can get that stuff. There are a lot of
You're
places you can get
basic,
year-round.
okay? Pumpkin spice is not basic.
yeah, during like the autumn and winter months, Daka smells a lot like just the star anise and like nutmeg.
And I'm drinking
Cinnamon.
rosé, so you know,
I'm drinking water.
I'm also drinking.
water is the most basic beverage.
I'm drinking Buffalo Trace Kentucky Straight Bourbon.
Oh,
The most basic.
You
Look,
all
dude,
have
Historic
a
premises
choice
here.
here. You'll make it to Flemia. In fact, you can make it a little bit beyond Flemia if you like, or you could try to cut north across the farmlands and try to make for the forest.
We're
North of
going
the
for this
Odyssey.
place down here, yeah?
That is correct. So
Where are we headed again, sir?
you
Down here.
have traveled to right about here. You're heading towards the Elven ruins here. Your choice is cut over this way or head into Flemia and spend the night in Flemia.
We could
What do we know about how far Flemia is from the ruins, like travel-wise?
You've never asked anybody, but the assumption, given the size of the map and from things that you've heard, is that it is probably like less than half a day, more like a quarter of a day. Several
Might
hours.
as well just stop off in Flemia then, right? Top off on supplies and then...
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
I'll remind you that you do not know of any sleeping establishment in Flemia anymore.
Oh, that's right.
You can
right.
sleep outside. Certainly, there won't be any problem with it. But if you're
Yeah,
looking
there's-
for a room,
Yeah, it's a no fun zone. Remember, they got rid of the bar, so
yeah.
but we could see if
yes,
Gleemo's
yeah,
here.
the no fun zone. They got rid of the bar and replaced it with a temple to the god of whoring. Yeah,
oh, actually,
that's-
you know what? I take it back. Let's go to Flemia.
You're the no fun.
Let's go to Flemia because tis is a silly place.
Oh, we got Gleemo in chat. We could also see if Gleemo's in the town because that's his wizard tower now, right? He's renting it out.
They're not the same person.
I know. I played with Gleemo. I played Cyberpunk Red.
Okay. You all arrive at the outskirts of Flemia towards the end of the night. The guards stop you and ask your business. And at the same time, you notice that the guards seem to be more heavily armed than before. When they allow you entry, there are dozens of horses with I forget what they specifically call horse armor, but it's
Barding.
Barding?
Yeah.
the barding is being laid next to all these massive horses. And where you would think people would be preparing to go back home, they even said set up a temporary encampment inside of Flemia's walls. It looks like they're getting ready to march.
So we have official identification, like Adventure Guild
Well,
identification.
yeah, and you've
right?
already been here before.
Well, I didn't know if we had been here after we had, because I didn't think we'd been here like before we got the thing. So we can just present that for like what is our business and be like guild business.
Yeah, no, they let you through, no problem, right? Like
Yeah.
Gustav and your group, like
Is Rorik around?
you can ask somebody to summon Rorik for you. You don't see him on the northern end of town when you enter.
Because I'm assuming he would know what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you look around for him or wait like 20 or 30 minutes, Roar goes past riding on his sacred elk. And like does a double take when he sees your group and then trots over and stops the dire elk and says, "Ho there, travelers. I remember you. You were just through, but there's more of you now. You find what you were looking for up north.
Sure, and take a guild badge.
Congratulations, it's a substantial rank. I have a companion that was once at the same rank you were." Turns to look and gaze at the wizard tower.
What's those gesture to all the horses and.
If you'll recall, last time you were here, we were finishing the harvest. It's the end of the harvest season, or we were finishing the planting. It's the end of the planting season for wet, and now the Knights of Thunder will ride with me north. We'll do our 40 days of service this year.
Oh, the Demon Wars.
Knights of Thunder would be such a good album name.
I'm really good. I'm gonna be really surprised if that's not already one.
It probably is. Power metal for sure.
And then it clicks. I'm like, oh, I thought it was the Kobolds. I won't say that out loud. But I'm not sure what the we never found out what the crystal cracking crisis was last world. When his little thing cracked and he had to book it back to Flemia.
That's correct.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I would assume that was like the Kobold thing, but I'm not sure.
Oh, the first time around, I think it was. But yeah.
So he says, normally there wouldn't be any rooms in town, but with all of the men encamping out here, I'm sure you could find a house or two to stay at for the night for a few copper.
Sweet.
If you need food, drop by the temple. My wife has plenty prepared. It's the last day of the planting, after all.
Great. Thank you very much. And then I'll get out of his hair.
All right, so he makes 2 clicking noises, and the elk turns and begins, walking off to examine the encampment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gustav turns and is like, "You guys know the Rorik Flemia?"
You don't?
I mean, we've been through here probably 20 or 30 times, but we've never talked to him.
He's very friendly. You should just stop and ask.
I mean, he's a noble. He's a war hero.
We've had some dealings with him in the past. Let's just say that.
Once or twice.
What's great is that is both true and not true at the same time.
Yeah. Fucking time travel.
Yeah, he just nods his head. It's the Witcher 3 Gwent nod, where you get stuck in the nodding animation for about 3 seconds before the game starts.
I know that nod.
Yeah, I know that nod too.
There's an NPC walking into the nodding person, just not sure them we're moving.
Yeah. So Gustav brings forward Team Lycidia, man.
Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem has ruined my ability to pronounce her name now. Lycidia. And they're like pooling together cash to they can catch a room at a reason.
I'll just say, there's plenty of rooms. Rorik said there was a couple copper a night.
We listened.
Do you not have a couple copper to rub together?
We definitely do. We just there's normally not. We didn't plan for this. We like to make decisions together.
So I'm gonna look around. I'm just like, well, I'm gonna go participate in the whoring. Does anyone want to join me?
Yo.
I fist bump.
Agrim,
and then we both start walking off to the church, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Daco was like, maybe and then remembers he died once in a whorehouse. He's like, never mind.
Have fun storming the castle, boys. And
Hey, Lindley, you want to go see if Gleemo's home?
yes.
Then we'll go off to the Wizard's Tower.
Okay. Team Murder travels to the Temple of Halos in Flemia. The priestess Liliana is there, and several people are just like sitting around on like silk cushions, waiting for something. And behind you, people are coming in from the encampment. Liliana comes over herself to greet you and says, "Welcome. I remember you from 3 days ago. Welcome back. I hope that your travels have seen you well to the north."
Yes, we've joined the guild of adventurers, and we're back this way on guild business. But me and my companion here figured we would stop in and partake in the religious festivities here.
Of course. It is after a planting. Halos, of course, is a god of renewal. This is a sacred time.
I was trying to think of a seed joke and I couldn't come up with one.
We are offering a discount on normal services.
How much does this cost exactly?
What are you looking for?
That is a good question. I have a lot of pent-up rage that I need to have taken out of me.
Offer anything like that.
What do you mean?
It would be disrespectful to injure a acolyte.
I don't mean like that. Frustrations.
I see. That is something we are excellent at alleviating.
Very good. Well, so how does this work? Do we give a donation to the church?
Yes. Tonight, if you'd like to spend all night in sacred prayer after a quick sermon with your servant, one gold piece.
I'll put 3 gold pieces in the pile. And it's like, this will hopefully be enough for myself and my companion.
So she gestures at, the waiting attendants. You can take up to 3 people. I mean, I don't know how you guys want to divide this. Maybe we want to let the camera walk away.
Sure. Yeah.
Henley,
Works.
Daka, I don't know what to call you guys. Team liars?
Sneaky. I thought they were sneaky boys.
Okay, Team Sneaky
Oh,
Boys.
yeah. Team
I mean,
Sneaky.
they did survive travel underneath 2 wagons and destroyed a halfling gangster encampment and got away with it. And then managed to rejoin the gangster army afterwards. It was so weird.
Oh, yeah. Gleemo was, or Finley was like infiltrated their group. I forgot about that. That was sick.
You guys head out to Gleemo's tower, back beyond the walls. One of the guards says, "We'll let you back in, even though it's going to be after dark shortly. You will be watching the walls. Just shout, we'll know you're there, or light a torch or something."
Sure.
You knock
hear
on
that.
the door to the wizard's tower, and you hear someone go, whoa, just a minute. Okay, and then you hear like a snapping noise, and another snapping noise, and then a staff slamming on the ground. He's like, "Okay, open," and the door whoosh. He
Keanu Reeves walks
doves
out.
out of his wizard robes as he's standing there. This Gleemo is like, maybe it's just because he's standing taller, but he seems like he's maybe 2 inches taller. His robes are of significantly better make. He's got a scar on his cheek, a white lock of hair this time around, and he's got this huge ass wizard staff that just has a floating gem in the middle of it that's going up and down.
I look at Doc. I'm like, God, Gleemo's even more badass.
I am Gleemo, Wizard of the Western Gate. Welcome to my tower. What can I, the great sage of Flemia, do for you, my fine gentleman? Please come inside. So it's still like a very small tower, and it's got 2 floors, just like last time. But the second floor again is gone, and the top of the watchtower is topped with some shitty wood. But you know, like, it's perfect temperature in here. It's 71 degrees Fahrenheit. There's just a light breeze going around, not enough to like rustle the books. It smells like kind of light sandalwood incense.
Did he use prestidigitation before he came in here because it was a mess?
No, everything looks great in here. The shelf that previously had been basically destroyed has been rebuilt and is perfectly intact. All the shelves in here are made out of iron and hold dozens and dozens of books. He's got a desk and a cot, and the desk is covered in papers right now. It seems like he's researching something, given that there's lots of scrawlings. And he says, I don't think we've met before.
Oh, Gleemo. I love what you've done with the place.
I'm sorry, is that one of my Gleemo coins?
It sure is.
I don't recall giving that to you. Can I see that?
Oh, of course.
So he like takes it and he taps the staff to it. He like bites it. He's like, oh man. Where did you forge this? This is premium. Like, this looks authentic.
I got it from your Fungin for completing your Fungin.
What is a Fungin?
It's great. It's like a dungeon, but for kids. And it's fun.
Oh man. That's so weird. I've been thinking about doing a project like that for so many years, but I've been so busy with all of my work here.
You should do it. What work are you doing, by the way?
Oh, well, I'm sorry. What were you all I mean, it's pretty late. Why did you come? Can I get you some tea?
Tea would be great.
So he like taps the staff on the ground and starts walking over to a chemistry set. He whispers some words and then tea begins pouring itself out. And little cups begin floating over towards you. He's like, let that steep for 2 minutes. Please sit. So the bench over there, not my cot. Probably not my cot. Don't sit on that. The bench over there is fine.
Of course not.
Yeah. I can conjure extra pillows if you need it to be more comfortable, or maybe like a blanket. That would be
lovely.
Oh, okay. So he goes, and he slams his staff down, and like big fluffy like halfling length body pillows appear.
Oh. I'm like elbowing Daka, like, eh?
So he's like writing stuff down, and he's like, fun shit. What an interesting word.
F-U-N.
No, I got it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hey, no, this super interesting idea.
Keep your eye on the Thieves Guild.
Thieves Guild. Okay. Interesting. I mean, I suppose they would want to interfere in my work.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it'd be really hard to set up a Fungin nowadays, now that there's an adventuring guild in town. I mean, there aren't any children to Fungin for.
Right? You also need to be wary of goblins as well.
I mean, look, there's one thing I know. It's that you have to go out there and repeatedly slay the goblins. You let goblins build up a nest, they become a serious nuisance. They go out, they kill people at the edges of town. It just becomes a grudge thing. Anytime there's goblins, you gotta send somebody to slay them.
If you see one goblin in your Fungin, you know there's at least 1,000 more.
Okay. You know, I don't know what you've been smoking to come up with this idea, but this is really good.
Well,
there's some like
Daka.
Weird smoke.
Like,
I'm like actually holding the bone.
It's like, oh no, I'm sorry, I don't partake. But please feel free if you'd like to. I don't mind a contact buzz.
I mean, it's what we've been smoking.
What can I help you gentlemen with?
I've got English breakfast. I've got some really nice nighttime.
Whatever you want to smoke is fine, I'm sure. Your business? I mean, it's late. I was in the middle of something. I'm not trying to rush you out. So you can come back tomorrow if it's lengthy.
Oh no, we were through here before, and they mentioned that you were here, and
I just got back today. You know. Got a big find at the Belgon Prefectory, you know.
We just got back from the Adventurers Guild and got graded.
Oh, wow, that's big news. What rank are you?
D rank.
Wow, you started out as a D rank. Gosh.
Yeah.
He sits down at his desk and he's just, wow, that's fantastic.
And Lindley here is a big fan of yours. He's got the coin and everything.
I'm a huge fan.
I mean, if
I
you
think your
forged
work's
that
incredible.
coin, I mean, I seriously don't understand how you got such a perfect forgery. We're very skilled at mintery. You should definitely stay away from the kingdom proper or you will be executed.
Oh no, but it's not a forgery.
Whatever you want to say.
Listen, do you know anything about the inner sector of how do you say the town name again?
Halduin Hall?
Halduin Hall.
Oh,
Do you know
yeah,
anything about the inner sector over there?
Yeah. I raised my my wizarding level out there. Yeah.
Really?
I battled some pretty sick stuff out there. No, the whole city is basically like a wizarding wasteland. Some old ass elven wizards unleashed horrible monstrosities in there. You know, you go there, you don't fight like foxes or goblins, gnolls, extraplanar beasts. No, everything there is a monstrosity. You know, I've been working for a few years to develop anti-monstrosity equipment like a sword that has extra effectiveness versus monstrosities. Never quite gotten down the specifics though.
Have you tried silver?
No, I haven't.
You should try it sometime.
He gets a new piece of paper and writes monstrosity sword. Silver, question mark? He's like, the material isn't everything in the forging process, of course. I mean, it's a multi-level, you know, you have to lay in the magical circuitry into the blade, and then you have to make sure that there's enough energy flowing through it. And of course, the material can have some different properties. You know, silver, of course, excellent base, mithril, adamantium, all acceptable metals.
You ever get nostalgic for the time that you spent there in the inner city?
I almost got eaten by an owlbear.
Sounds fun.
No.
Not fun?
They're like monstrosity beasts. They're owls the size of bears. Their teeth are the size of a human fist.
But you're here. You're alive. Must have been quite the rush.
Look, you're new to the Adventuring Guild. If you just... It's going to be a lot of boredom, followed by a lot of someone trying to murder you. Then you take all of their stuff afterwards. If they're magical, you crack them open, you remove the good stuff. You bring it back, you sell it to somebody, probably your old friend at Wizarding College who dropped out, but he just pays a good price. And then afterwards, you spend 2 or 3 days celebrating. Maybe you join the war effort for a little while, but you know, it's a job like any other job. You're going to do a lot of traveling. There's going to be a lot of boredom.
So you're saying if we find certain items, we might be able to bring them back here?
I could retail them to another dealer for you. With like a commission fee on my part.
That's something to think about. Oh, but just so you know, I know that the Fungin sounds like a great idea. That name is a registered trademark of Lindley Flogbottom Enterprises, so I'll have to take a little cut of that too if you end up making that little dream of yours a reality.
I mean, I could just use another name.
Oh, that'd be a bad move. It just wouldn't have quite the same ring to it. But I'll tell you what, you get rid of that commission fee for magical items, and I might be able to waive certain licensing fees for the trademarks that I have registered.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Persuasion.
You know, honestly, this could also be deception. I don't know how you want to roll this.
They're rolled off the same stats, so they're probably the same.
Well, it depends whether he has proficiency in them, and
Yeah,
also
proficiency in persuasion.
it's also about what's more important to him: the fact that Glimo believes that he has the licensing rights, which he doesn't, or that it would be in his best interest to work with Linley Flogbottom Enterprise.
How about a natural 20?
Holy shit!
Oh wow. Okay. So he says, "You know what? Let's hash it out right here. I'm sure I can work out a quick contract between us that will secure the details."
Sounds good, my friend. I've always liked you, Glimo. You're one of the good ones.
Literally just met like 10 minutes ago.
Yes, we just met 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
Let's sign that paperwork.
While they're doing that, Doggo's gonna wander over to the bookshelf and like.
Okay. Yeah, so he's just like, for some reason I get the idea that you, sir, are definitely a bard.
You would think that, but you'd be wrong.
It's like, wow, I'm usually pretty good about this kind of thing.
I can't sing. I can't sing.
Well, I've known several bards that freestyle beat box.
Yeah, they're annoying though.
Lutes are also very popular. There's a bard out west in Halfling territories. His name is Spark Booty Blaster, who appears to have taken a guitar and somehow turned it into a sonic weapon.
Every time I see someone pull a guitar at a party, I'm just like, oh god, here we go again.
Daka.
I can only hear what's the fantasy equivalent of Wonderwall.
Thunderwall.
I can only hear Thunderwall so many times.
Daka, are you looking for anything specific on these shelves?
If there's like some history of like the place that we're going to.
No, so almost all the books here fall into one of two categories of research beyond just like general wizardry books or general history. Either it is the history of extraplanar beings and how to contact them, and the other half is the crafting of magical items. Specifically, it seems to tilt towards dwarven and elven smithing methodologies for magical weapons. So he's not like making Googles of Night or Crowns of Knowledge or anything like that. He's specifically looking for how to make swords and shit.
Just out of game, do warlocks ever get the chance to like learn how to do that shit? Like enchant weapons?
You could start making magical items at any time.
Yeah, no, they don't have anything specifically like that.
I mean,
you can bind.
You have magic, so you can make magic items.
Yeah.
If you want to sit down and start smithing stuff, you'll need tools and a workplace, but you can get started.
I might read a book about it.
APGam's proficient in smithing, dude.
Yeah.
You guys can start a 2-man band, just put together sick magical weapons. So yeah, after a few minutes of talking with Linley and working on a contract to both of their best interests, I say that with air quotes, he wanders over and he's like, "Oh, so you're like interested in magical smithing, huh?"
Yeah, I never thought about it, but I'm a magic user. I could imbue.
Yeah, no. All right, look, let me go get my bag of holding. I keep copies of everything that's on the shelf here. Actually, for that book that you're looking at, I keep 3 copies. One to preach, one to teach, and one to read.
Is this the reading copy?
This is my reading copy. Let me go get my preach copy. I'm just going to give it to you. You can have it.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, excellent. So he heads out and he gets you Flonny the Elder's Guide to Elven Smithing. It's basically like the beginner's book that almost everybody, even dwarves, go through to learn how to smith. It's the very basics of modern magical smithing.
Is there a smithing chart somewhere in the book that like if you
No, it's in the Dungeon Master's Guide is the magical item creation, and it's also in the UA book. Is there something you're interested in smithing? You tell me what you're interested in and I'll tell you how you do it.
What would I think the party would need? Like if I can make +1 shit, or between me and Agram, if we can make some +1 shit that can be attunable, that would be crazy.
I would probably say anything armor wise would be good for the entire party, most likely.
True. And we could also like sell that shit.
So, I mean, you're going to need a workplace. You're going to need tools, not just smithing tools, but also magic creation tools. It'll take time, and you're going to need material. You won't just need to make the sword blade. You'll also need the blood of a griffin, that kind of shit.
But we're adventurers. We can do that shit.
Yes, absolutely. I don't disagree. You can only create items that match the spell list that you can already use. So, for instance, you are not capable. Oh, you're a ranger, aren't you?
I'm ranger.
You can cast Cure Wounds, so you can create your own potions of healing.
Nice.
I was gonna use potions of healing as an example of something you couldn't do as a warlock, but actually you can.
So, at any point, if I meet a crystal and shift out of ranger to a full warlock or something,
you would no longer be able to create potions of healing unless
have a new
you somehow
list.
added it to your spell list, which you can do as a warlock.
You can also take a feat that gives you any magical options you want.
Yeah, I mean, warlock has a number of invocations which allow it to take increasingly different spells from other.
Cool. All right. I might have to, if you can like grab.
You have an herbalism kit already, right?
I do.
You can craft potions of healing by yourself already. It takes 1 day. You need a workshop, and it costs 25 gold pieces to make a 50 gold piece.
That's pretty good.
But you use the herbalism kit up in the process. You use parts of the herbalism kit, which I don't remember how many charges it has, but
so it's probably gonna be more cost effective to do it.
An herbalism kit is 5 gold pieces.
Yeah,
I mean, it's going to be making your own potions is going to be extremely effective in comparison to.
Yeah, it has 10 charges, I think.
This kit contains clippers, mortar, pestle, pouches, and vials used to create remedies and potions. It has no charges. You just simply use it.
Great.
So you'll need like the blood of something to cover that 25 material cost, right? Yep. So you'll need the blood of a magical thing, but you'll filter it through your herbalism kit and you're done.
Sweet.
Cool.
Yeah, then I'll take that. Then we can make our own potions and potentially our own magical weapons and armor.
Yes. I mean, to learn how to create other stuff, you'll need to get more books, and you'll have to know what items to make.
But then now
if you would like to research creating entirely new items, talk to me.
Cool.
You already know how to make potions of healing as part of your proficiency in herbalism kit.
Nice. But
yeah, so you have a magical
here
evening
that might have extra books or know where to find.
Oh, Klimo's just like, oh, look, I'm real sorry. Fleming is like a growing village, but it's not.
I'm sure there's somewhere in Magnar that would have.
Oh yeah, in the capital. I've heard that there's like a warlock place called the Scriptorum Draconium. There's the Topaz Hotel somewhere downtown. It's a big place. There's over 1 million people there. And you could never my bad. Obviously, the college is going to have all the materials. I mean, they probably won't let you bring them off campus, but you might be able to buy them at the commissariat.
Yeah, multiple ways. I'm an adventurer after all. I'll be traveling the world.
Okay, yeah, man. I did that when I was younger. Really rad. That's how I learned to do this. He crosses his hand and black ravens fly out of his sleeves. He's just like, whoa. That's a new one I've been working on, trying to switch it up a little bit.
Just clapping. Just amazing.
If you guys have 5 copper pieces, you will be able to find a house for the 4 of you to stay for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we easily have it.
Okay. You let go of some pocket change for you. It's technically 5 pieces of bread worth of money. just to be clear, you guys are like, we've got gold pieces to spare. And I'm like, a gold piece is enough for a family to live for a week.
Yeah, we're sitting on 120 gold pieces at the moment.
Yeah, that's quite a bit.
We have enough bread to make everyone idiot sandwiches.
Yeah. Kelly, Agram, you guys have a good time.
Yeah.
Who among you doubles up?
I think I do.
Okay.
Sure.
Agram,
There is some fucking issues she has to work out.
I know that you're always saying that nobody loves the dwarf, but after a short prayer with your partner, there's some dwarven healing going on.
Good old dwarven healing.
When all of you wake up in the morning, Tomas and the crew are locked and ready to go. They've got all of their bags and sacks packed up. They seem to have gone out and purchased some things on the assumption that you would pay them back. Some of the famous Flemia street food that you've heard of.
Oh yeah, the spiced cart nuts.
The whole town begins shaking sometime after dawn as Rorik Flemia and the Knights of Thunder, about 100 cavalrymen in heavy armor, begin riding north, taking with it most of the town's of-age men.
Have fun storming the castle.
That's exactly what they're gonna do. Team Lycidia meets up with you in the morning. They also are eating delicious street meats and sweetbreads. Lycidia's got like a breakfast tart hanging out of her mouth while she's reading something and walking. Thanks for the resub.
Twitch Prime.
Twitch Prime. 1 year of Twitch Prime. Amazing.
I'll probably like saddle up to Lycidia and show her the book that I bought from Gleemo.
She goes and then like takes a bite out of the thing and says, "Wow, that's really cool. Are you thinking about doing some magical item creation?"
Yeah, I didn't even know I could already make potions of healing.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, we haven't really talked about what kind of magic you can do, but it seems like maybe you didn't spend any time at the Arcanum. Are you not like a registered magic user or anything? I mean, it's fine if you're not. I'm just, you know, maybe you're like a ranger or like a warlock.
Oh, ranger.
Or a druid.
I was about to say, is she like nonchalantly asking me if he's a sanctioned psyker? Is that what you're going for here?
Yeah, I think ranger is fine, but warlock, Daka, that would be too close to home for Daka to reveal.
She's like, oh yeah, I mean, you know, there's not really a formal learning process for rangers, right? I mean, maybe I've heard there's some dwarven traditions, but one doesn't really expect a ranger to go out and like be magical.
No, it just kind of happens, you know.
I have to tell you though, some of the best magical items are made by elven rangers. Boots of elven kind.
I'll just like smile and nod because that name does not sound familiar. So you're ready to level up, as they say?
Yeah, when you say that, she just kind of turns away from you and wanders in a different direction for a few moments. She picks up her book and she's just like, hey, gosh, what was the alias that Agram used? Use your own name, Agram. You didn't even bother coming up with an alias. It's fine.
No, I didn't.
I like your straightforwardness. Everybody else is like, I'm Linley Flog.
I think it was just Finley, right?
Kelly came up with the name Kelly Nala, and Daka is Hendrix Page.
Yeah, because I don't know how far this like have to lie about myself to people.
I'm giving you some leniency on this.
I mean, I didn't have a reason, so I was like, okay.
She says, Agram, have you heard about Belt of Dwarven Kind? I mean, this is a really amazing item.
I assume we've come back from our worship at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you spent the night at the house.
You say Belt of Dwarven Kind?
Yeah. Yeah, it helps you build a better beard. And lets you speak Dwarvish.
Well, I can already speak Dwarvish.
Right.
Surprise to no one. But
you know, if you weren't Dwarvish, you could wear it, and then you'd be able to speak Dwarvish and also grow a beard.
Build a better beard, yeah.
I mean, I also want to go to the Build a Better Beard workshop.
Your beard grows a beard that could speak Dwarven?
No, your beard. You'll have to level up your beard so it can wield weapons in and of itself.
Has a little tiny hammer.
That was the thing in Pathfinder. The White Witch archetype of witches. You could have a prehensile beard.
I think there were some other archetypes you could do that too. But
yeah, Daka, she avoids answering your question. You're basically like, hey, you ready to go kill somebody today? And she's just like, I
have a plan.
Okay. Your plan is to be killed by her. You're like, oh man, I really want that knife in my kidney again.
No, I've got a different plan.
Okay. Your plan is to kill her instead and let her feel the infinite torment of death.
Well, we won't even be in their sector unless they need us. So
I'm assuming they're going to need us.
Yeah. I don't know. They've got Nom Nom.
I'm just assuming. I mean, Nom Nom could do really well.
Nom Nom's pretty thick.
But they're trying to level up the low. They're trying to power level the newbie.
They're carrying Lycidia.
So they're like trying
to
like,
man, having a strong support is important late game.
Yeah.
What they do is they have her stand at the entrance to the dungeon. All the high levels pull the whole dungeon. They drop a consecrate. They run out. Consecrate takes kills mob because she's the only one in there. She doesn't take an XP penalty for having the higher level. It's a whole thing anyway. She'll get like
World of Warcraft RuneScape motherfucker up in here.
Scarlet Monastery old school power leveling bullshit.
What's the leader's name?
Gustav.
Gustav sits there. He sends Lycidia first, but then before any attacks happen, he calls Lycidia back and sends out Nom Nom. Pokemon leveling, man.
She just has to get the killing blow.
No, she just has to be in the fight for a half second. Then Nom Nom kills it, and then she gets experience.
To get her rank up, she needs to finalize it for the first time. You know, XP is saturated within the party, right? That's the rules now. She doesn't have to fight at all as long as the party does the kill.
That's why Gandalf sent all the hobbits away so he could get all that Balrog XP himself.
Gandalf wasn't even a wizard; he was a druid. He could use the flaming acorn attack. He was a druid.
He wanted all the XP.
Wasn't
you
the
can
other
use a
wizard
sword as a wizard or a druid.
Wasn't the other wizard a druid though?
They're all druids. They're literally all druids. What they call wizard in Lord of the Rings is a druid. All of the druid spells are based off of Gandalf. There's literally a spell that turns acorns into flaming fireballs. There's a spell that lets you summon giant eagles. They're all druid spells. What is the morning plan?
I think we just go to the destination, you know?
Yeah, we're just going.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
I'm in.
Kelly is far more chipper this morning. Not grumpy at all.
Agrim's so grumpy. He's just, no more grumpy than usual.
I'll like slide up to Agrim and be like, hey, I got a book that we might be able to make use of later.
Sorry, I sent you the wrong name, Daka. It's actually Flurry the Elder.
Haven't we heard this name before?
Yes. It's in the primer.
Okay, that would be.
You've also heard it several times.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking that tower where we kept buying the shit.
Yes, Flurry the Elder is the one who.
The guy that made the serpent steel sword. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. That's. I was trying to. Yeah.
But now, like, he's a smith or knows how to smith, so we could possibly make +1 axes and armor and swords and shit.
Are you explaining that to the party as you travel?
Yeah. Well, like after I ask Agrim, like, do you think you could make some of this shit? Because I've got.
Is that Flanley's The Elder Guide to Elven Smithing?
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, I read that back at college.
Yeah, no, that's a pretty rudimentary entry level book. I'm surprised that you haven't read it already.
Oh my god, this Kelly.
If I had read it, would be swimming in health potions already. I'm a herbalist. I like That's one of my old jobs.
Well, you know, if
Wow.
you
I've
wanted to
known
get,
you for this long, and I had no idea that you had any sort of skills with herbs.
Oh my god.
Beckett like opens his cloak. He's got like one of those vertical gardens of like fresh herbs growing in his cloak.
That was my attempt at a joke in case it like went over your head. I'm sorry.
well, I'm only like 4'6", so that's a very distinct possibility.
No, like Daka got it, but he just wants to show off that he's got gardening skills.
I like to think you have like a greenhouse inside of an interdimensional pocket or something.
That would
Well,
be
nothing-
some,
there's no
that's something for
oxygen.
the future.
There's no oxygen in there, so that wouldn't work.
They're all magical, you know. Or I like get bottles of air and pop them open inside the thing.
Guys, I as a player, we need to get some killing. We're like
We do.
fucking a bee's dick away from
Yeah, no
leveling up.
shit.
So,
Let's montage our way to the fighting.
Okay. You hit the outskirts of Halduin Hall, and you leave behind Team Lycidia in Sector A as you continue in deeper through the city. You run into a stray owlbear and several other creatures that you easily overcome with no problem. The city is unusual. It's 2, 3, 4,000 years. No one's really sure exactly how old it is, but it definitely predates the fall of the Elven Empire throughout the world. And rumor is that it was built on top of another fallen city as part of the elves' expansion. So this will matter more to Europeans because in America we don't build cities like this. But looking at the city from above, you could see how each area becomes a district that has its own city wall, and then another district will build off of that and create a wall, and then another wall will encompass that. So everywhere you go, there's like this weird sectioning. The buildings are made out of different materials in each of the areas, but they are run down. There's no wood remaining. Very little metal remains intact, except some like very sturdy material that even adventurers wouldn't have looted because it's basically worthless. Stone is the most prolific thing here. Broken statuary, half-finished walls. The area that you've been attached to seems to have been flooded and has become swamp-like in composition. And just to be clear, this place is massive. It's huge. I mean, it's going to take you all 5 days to patrol it. But on your second day of patrol, you arrive at a section of swamp that looks kind of like this, and you're probably going to need to zoom out because it's very large.
Okay.
I think I have you guys set on the correct thing.
Yep.
So, you arrive at the western end of the set of buildings. There are 2 sets of buildings here that are very distinct and still intact. What is most telling about them is that the front doors have been replaced with fresh wood and fresh joint welds, you know, like nails and the swinging part that I literally can't.
hinges.
Yes, the hinges are, if not completely new, at the very least they have been built sometime in the last 100 years.
Yeah.
Both buildings have this kind of newness to their oldness. Between the 2 sets of buildings, there is what was once a building that is now only like 2 or 3 feet of it remain above the earth.
Yeah.
A bare outline. What would you like to do? Where would you like to go?
I think we should clear this building.
Yep.
Yeah.
SWAT formation, Kelly up front.
Yep.
Sounds good.
So I'll try the door.
The door swings open easily. And I have everybody place their tokens as they would to SWAT open the door.
Actually, yeah, probably back.
Fuck it. There we go.
As you swing the door open, light from the outside floods in. Inside, it is completely dark. On the far end of what is very clearly a church, there is an altar. Sticking out of the altar is a warhammer with a pickaxe back attachment. The axe part, the blade of the axe, has been stuck into the altar, and the handle and the rest of it is sticking out. There are also 3 bead curtains that seem to be multiple beads thick. There's a strange aura to the pattern that is set into them. So the beads are black, and then there's like a weird red outline of a circle, and then some sort of draconic figure in the middle of it.
Anything I might recognize?
Make a religion check.
Do I get advantage on this?
Nope. Just regular religion check.
Okay. I have draconic skills and
Okay.
all that stuff.
Not specifically
The
dragon.
real advantages are the friends you made along the way.
That makes sense. 11.
You recognize this as the unholy symbol of the god of death, the lady.
Oh, looks like we're in familiar territory again, boys.
Perhaps the most damning is that 2 very large cowmen are standing before the altar. Both of them have enormous axes that they have laid against the pillars that they are standing near. They turn simultaneously as you open the doors. One looks to the other and clutches at his axe, and they start snorting and looking towards you. What are your intentions?
Do they talk?
Are you saying something?
I can speak the following languages.
No, I mean, are you saying something? They're not saying anything to each other. They're looking at each other, and then they look at you. This is slow motion mode.
So, hang on. I got some weird thing here that I'd like to. Okay.
I like how he's got also an axe tattoo on his shoulder,
Yes.
just in case you didn't know.
He's from the
Right.
Barbarian Guild, obviously.
He just wants to ask you a question.
When you attempt to learn or recall a piece of lore, if you do not know that information, you often know where. Okay, no. Okay. So do I know what language these guys speak?
They're not speaking a language. They have
Okay.
said nothing yet.
I know Draconic, Celestial, Abyssal in common.
I understand it. If they say anything in one of those languages, I will identify it.
Okay, so I'll walk up and I'll say, I'll draw my sword and I'll walk up to here and I'll say,
Okay, you walk in, you draw a flaming longsword, the axes are up, and combat initiative begins.
Okay. That's fine. I was attempting to show dominance, but that's fine.
I
too.
mean, they're about to show you some dominance.
Please, I already went to the whoring already, Arthur.
Can't wait
I don't
for
even need to roll
Zonalar
again.
fan fiction for this episode.
Oh yeah, you get to do double stuff, don't you?
Yep.
Where's
Advantage
our-
on initiative.
Where's our Linleaf log bottom?
Oh, sorry. There it is. I can never find it. 13.
Okay. Daka, you're first.
All right. They're next to each other. So I'm going to
Whoop-a-chang.
bonus action Hunter's Mark on this
Remember-
boy.
You get advantage on your, since you're going before they do.
Yeah. So bonus action on the lower boy.
Okay.
And then we're gonna throw arrows at them.
About to throw hands.
28 because we have advantage on the first
28 will hit, or 22.
plus my Hunter's Mark damage, which does crit.
Sure,
Yes.
sure.
That's
Another
another 9.
Yeah, you hit this guy real hard with an arrow. He tries to block it with the axe, and it splinters off, and some of the splinters catch him on the face, and he goes, "Ah!"
And then Hordebreaker attacked the other guy
Okay.
for 26.
Yes.
Oh my
For 10
God.
damage.
Yeah. You spit out some hot arrow fire. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Agram.
I'm gonna Hunter's Mark the top guy. And start shooting. Let's see. 25, 12. And then Hunter's Mark, of course.
Okay, 13 points of damage.
And then second attack, 21 to 9.
Yep.
Okay, and this guy got one more. Just wait for it.
Okay.
And then 20 for 6.
Yep.
With another one.
Okay.
And that's all of them.
Oh,
wait, it gets a D8 because of my my first attack should have a D8 thrown on top of it, so there's another 2.
Okay.
Now that's it. That's it. That's
Just
everything.
in slow motion, you see Kelly's boot kick open the doors, and then both of us just like.
Arrows
Like an
and
action
bolts are spraying.
Yeah, I'm just
everywhere.
like, friends, we come in peace and
Yeah.
Both
They
of
both
these
get
guys,
Boromir to the wall.
their eyes go red and leave a trail of red glow behind them as they begin charging.
oh
forward.
shit, they're anime. Run!
Both of them charge towards Kelly and will
Yep.
get charge attacks as part of this.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see here. Moves 10 feet straight forward. It has to hit you with a gore attack, which they will both attempt.
My armor is 19
Understood.
because I took Tunnel Fighter instead of that extra AC point this time around.
So the first one strikes at a 23, which I think will hit.
Yep, mine's 19. So
Okay, so 2d8 plus 4 plus 2d8. Okay, so the first guy hits you for 13 points of damage. You've obviously been hitting harder in your life. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
mm-hmm. Let me just take the damage off
Yep.
first. Wait, no, I did that wrong. Hang on. I went down to 13. That's weird. Minus 13. Okay, that's better. Strength saving throw, you said?
Yes.
8.
In the process, he slams into you with his head, and you go flying back 10 feet and are knocked prone.
All right.
This guy continues his charge and goes base to base with you, and is also going to attempt the exact same thing. Now, he's already got advantage, so he can't get double advantage. That will hit again. I'm gonna... Well, yeah, I need you to make another strength saving throw. You take another 13 points of damage. The first guy knocks you back. The second guy charges after you. He goes to toss you into Agrim in an attempt to bowl both of you over. His head is like parallel with the ground. Slams into you, headbutting you with great force, but not enough to throw you back. You get into a 3-point land before rolling over again. Henley, these guys are full of openings. You have... All of your party has automatic advantage against them until their next turn, which for you means free sneak attack.
Yeah.
It also means sneak attack because I'm next to him, but yeah.
I'm gonna swing at the dude right in front of me with my Frosty Frost.
Okay, we haven't seen you use Frostbearing before, right?
Oh, this is the first time.
Nice.
That will get close to him, and then he uses the back end of his axe to knock the sword out of the path that would hit him with it. But you're leaving
That's-
like this weird trail of snowflakes wherever you slash.
Each one is unique. I'll
You're
use my I'll use my bonus action to free disengage.
Okay.
And back up.
Kelly,
Okay.
You've
so
been
it's
knocked
half
down.
movement to stand up, right?
yeah, you stand up again. You're never gonna let them keep you down.
I'll stand up. So this is my first time in combat as a paladin.
Sure.
So I have the healing thingy, right?
You have
Channel
lots of
divinity.
things. Yeah, you want to use your channel divinity on yourself to lay on healing hands.
How does that work exactly?
You have a number of hit points that you can choose to use to heal.
I have 25 hit points.
So you can choose to use them in any amount that you want on anyone that you lay on hands on. So, for instance, you can say...
And is that an action?
Should tell you.
Let me see.
It's
here.
an action. Yes, it's an action.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that'll be best. How much HP have I lost at this point?
13. Oh, sorry, 13 and then
26.
You can use
26,
all of them on yourself.
I will use 20.
Okay.
Just as like a safeguard here.
What does it look like when you draw out the holy power within you, guided by your word?
Well, it's probably still linked into like what Kelly's always been linked into, which is like other Kellys assisting Kelly, right? So I imagine it's a lot of like maybe there's like she grips her chest and like pulses out, like maybe there's like a different Kelly's arm like ghostly over the top of that arm sort of thing, and it's like a pale blue, I guess.
Okay. You guys were just talking about self-cess during the break, so... I'm just saying, ghost, man. Another Kelly puts his strong arms around you, encompassing you, and force ghost blue.
And then I will spend my bonus action, Arthur, to take a defensive stance known as Tunnel Fighter. So, until the start of my next turn, while you're in a defensive stance,
That's your fighting style? You've taken Tunnel Fighter?
Yeah, you can make an opportunity attack without using your reaction. And you can use your reaction to make a melee attack against a creature that moves more than 5 feet within your reach. And on top of that, I also have Sentinel, which means that I react unlimited amounts to anyone that is being attacked outside of me by a creature within 5 feet of me.
Yeah, those don't stack up as well as you might think. You're limited by the number of reactions, or the number
No,
of
I can take unlimited actions
reactions.
with Tunnel Fighter. Yeah.
Yes, but in order for that to happen, they have to try to move past you and out of your reach.
Okay.
For Tunnel Fighter.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
So you can make attacks without using reaction, and you can use your reaction to make melee attacks against a creature that moves within 5 feet.
You have a lot of options,
saying, like,
but at some point you get capped out because you only have one reaction. It's fine. We'll cross this bridge when we get to it.
All right.
Daka.
Second verse, same as the first.
Sure. You're shooting the one that you have the target on?
The back boy.
Okay.
14?
It's actually 15. You have advantage on all shots. And that will hit for 8.
Still?
Yes. They are reckless attacking. They are making no attempt to defend themselves in order to fling themselves at Kelly and murder Kelly.
I did a lot of reading, and I thought those two stacked, but...
They stack, but in weird ways.
Okay.
So
I'd like to know how, but we can talk about it later, I guess.
So it does hit?
Yes.
All right. There's my damage, my 100 mark damage. And they're still within 5 feet of each other, so I can Horde Breaker the other guy. 18 for 9.
Yes. Okay, Agrim.
I'm gonna keep shooting the guy I was opened up on. So 22 for 12, and then
Damn, boys.
And then another one.
That's
pretty
18.
chunky.
24. Yeah.
The first guy goes down when your crossbow bolt gets him through the eye. Did you switch to a longbow for some reason?
Well, yeah, because we haven't got to the part where I have my crossbow yet.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, your longbow will hit the second target for 5. If you haven't used your bonus action yet, you can move your...
Yeah, I haven't.
Okay.
So I would have moved in between.
Sure.
And then that one.
Got it.
That'll be it.
Another 6 points of damage. This guy is not looking so good. It's his turn again. He looks as his mate goes down and again charges towards Kelly. He's got 10 feet of distance on a straightaway, so he is gonna attempt to gore.
So I make an opportunity attack before he does that. With Tunnel Fighter. Any creature that moves within 5 feet within your reach.
I think it moves away from you. Tunnel Fighter. I'm almost certain this does not work like that. Because I had a Tunnel Fighter. As a bonus action, you can enter a defensive stance. While in the stance, you can make opportunity attacks without reaction, and you can use your reaction to make a melee attack against a creature that moves more than 5 feet while within your reach. So he has not moved more than 5 feet. He's only moved into your reach. So this would be like if someone tried to run around you, but stayed within your reach the whole time. The first time they take a step around you, you can make an attack.
Oh. All right.
The important part about this is that as a tunnel fighter, you can make opportunity attacks without using your reaction. And that's the part that stacks with Sentinel.
So if I go into the tunnel stance and they attack a person next to me, that's Sentinel?
That's correct. You no longer need a reaction in order to do that. You can attack unlimited amounts of times.
That's what I thought it was. But
yes.
It's specifically when they move, they have to be within my reach and then move.
So if he walked here and then moved to here, sideways, that would trigger, but it does not at the current.
Can you give me that exact wording that you're going with the ruling then? Because I'll change my...
I mean, I'm taking it straight out of the UA Underdark, but...
I mean... there's so many different variations.
I'll send it to you.
The wording, so yeah.
I believe a 17 does not hit.
No, it does not. No.
Very well. He tries to gore you and ends up headbutting you, but there's not enough force behind him to push you.
I like the idea that we butt heads, you know?
Okay.
And I'm just like, not again, bull.
Which leads us to Finley. Based on the way that he has used Reckless, you get free advantage.
All right. I will run back up in front of him because I want to try my sword again. It's going to work this time.
Sure. A 14 hits.
Hey!
Oh, right. Okay.
And my sneak. 3d6. 24.
So you run up and you stab this guy through the stomach, and like he looks down and frost begins spreading out from the wound. He starts shrimping over, like trying to clutch at your blade. You pull it out and you can see that his blood freezes as he clutches onto the blade to pull it out. He goes down in front of you. His hand shatters as he falls down on top of it.
Nice.
Nice to meet you.
Okay. All right.
Man, I didn't even get to swing my sword. I get 2 attacks a turn. I didn't even get to swing my sword.
There's a bunch of rooms here. You'll get a chance.
Okay. So yeah, I guess we head in. So you said there was an axe or something inside.
There's a half
war
warhammer, half pickaxe stuck into the altar.
This catches my dwarven interest.
As you begin to move
like
forward, there are clear dwarven runes on the warhammer.
Yeah, it's like a war pick. I'm all about it.
Well, I'll go take up patrolling areas while you do your stuff. It's like dwarven artifacts has never really been my thing. Go ahead.
I only do draconic artifacts.
Are
Look,
these beads?
If it's not celestial, I'm not really interested.
Are these beads still glowing, or did the Minotaur?
No, sorry, they never glowed. It was just, you know,
It's like
it's a bead
pattern
curtain that has
just a pattern. Okay.
Yes, exactly. That ends up looking like
like the beads themselves are colored.
So I'm gonna.
All right, I want to inspect this war pick thing here.
Okay. What are you looking for?
Well, I mean, what do the runes say?
The runes indicate 3 different sources. The first one is strength. The second one is endlessness, and the third one is combat. And they're arranged in a triangle.
Endless combat sounds familiar.
I mean, there are endless combinations of runes in the Dwarven language.
Well, yeah, but I've been just referring to us being stuck in a loop of endless combat, essentially. But yeah, I'm gonna try and draw it from the stone, I guess. Why not?
Okay, make a strength check.
This ain't gonna go well, but fuck. Let's see.
Can I assist?
You withdraw it with some manner of ease.
Oh.
It slides out. This weapon
King of the
is
dwarves.
unusually light. It is almost certainly magical, and
Ooh.
you can feel it tugging at the edge of your mind. It is probably attunable.
Ooh.
It will take 1 hour of short resting with the, and it's, you don't get a short rest with it. You just spend an hour attuning with the blade.
Yeah. I'm not gonna do it right now, but I'm gonna hold on to it. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a warhammer?
So it
Yeah.
is a warhammer that can also be used as a pickaxe, in terms of
Nice.
if you need to knock down walls and shit.
Sounds like something that'll be useful for future rigor.
Yeah. For sure.
I'm going to stealth my way into this room just to check it out.
Okay.
while they're doing
I
that.
want to point out that there's a bead curtain there, so your stealth will be instantly broken by the sound of thousands of beads.
Yeah, that's why the drug
Is-
cartels use the bead curtains to.
Is the
you know.
stealth not to like find out a way to like push them back slowly?
I'll allow you to
like-
do it at disadvantage. Sure.
Cool.
Crawl under the beads.
Oh God.
All the beads fall off their things.
You go through it and you tug on one, and as it snaps off and hits the ground, it makes a huge amount of noise, and you hear someone shout out, "Who's there?
I just draw an arrow and point it.
Go away. I'm not seeing visitors." This person is
I say
shouting some
back.
distance.
I say back. We've come on behalf of a fellow companion.
I care
We've
nothing
come a long
for
way
your
to meet you.
problems. You know of me?
Of course. Why do you think we've come here?
You tell me. There are few who would seek me out.
And we simply seek your wisdom and knowledge. Not many offer what you can.
Make a persuasion check.
I like this new Kelly. It's far easier to do things like that.
You actually have points and things.
It's gonna be funny when you roll 1. 13. It's not a good time for me. I'm dealing with something. Come back in 2 or 3 weeks.
Unfortunately, our business can't wait that long.
Your business is of no concern to me. I'm going
Well,
through
it should
deep
be.
emotional pain right now.
I'm gonna.
Did
the
Doctor
voice
just
coming from
suddenly
right here?
run away?
No, while Kelly was talking, there's a door here, right? It's not beads.
Yes, that's correct. It is.
I was gonna try the door and see if I could wrap around a flank while Kelly had him
Okay.
distracted.
Yeah, you go to open the door. It opens easily. There's
The voice is coming from this direction, yeah.
yes.
Okay.
As you're talking, the door seems to be coming from this door.
Mhm.
The voice calls out and says, it's a bad time. I don't want to go away."
I'm gonna open the door.
Okay. I need you to make an immediate Constitution saving throw.
$18.
Okay, here's what happens. The door opens, and the thing inside turns to look at you, and your whole body begins turning into stone. But then, you... and like little flecks of stone begin falling off of your body, and you shatter out of it. The creature is a fairly bodacious woman with a enormously ugly face and serpents in her hair, She draws a sword and begins moving towards you. I said leave!
Okay. I guess I will. Is she attacking me?
I mean, she's walking toward a drawn weapon, and she just caused you to turn to stone. I don't know what your interpretation of an attack is, but...
Okay. Well, I would like to... I mean, I don't have blind fighting, but I believe that this Kelly would have enough understanding of what just happened, yes?
Sure.
Okay. Then I would like to go into combat.
Very well. I'll roll initiative. The rest of you can hear the sound of...
Oh, you probably...
Dying?
More likely you see the flames bouncing off the walls.
Through that.
Yeah.
Are you closing your eyes, Kelly, and fighting literally blindly? Okay, so you're at disadvantage, and they have advantage against you.
I'm also in a small space, so I'd like to believe that there is some method to this madness. Okay.
He is going to 1 with the snake hair, and then 2 with the short sword. Okay. 2d20. Drop lowest 1 plus 5. 19 to hit, I think, is exactly what's needed in order to hit.
Yeah.
So you don't see anything, but you feel 6 snakes begin biting at your body. Do you have any resistance to poison as a blue dragonborn?
No, it's resistance to lightning.
Okay. All right. Well, the bites don't hurt that much, but the poisonous venom that slips into your veins hurts a whole.
Oh, actually, I think as a paladin,
lot.
I'm immune to all poisons.
Being immune to poisons is not the same as being immune to poison damage.
Yeah, I remember that I have divine health. So that's immune to disease.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You take 19 points of damage as sickly venom begins pumping into your veins.
All right.
And then become the sword's attacks as she tries to shiv you in the gut. 19 and an 8. Wow, that was a truly awful roll.
She said 19 damage?
No. It is 6 points of damage on an attack roll of 19. She lightly scrapes over your armor with her sword.
So what's the total damage? It's 25? 24.
Yes, 25.
25.
6 plus 19.
Okay.
Her breath is hot and moist, and it smells good. It smells kind of like a floral bouquet. Daka.
I think Agram rolled higher.
Agrim, I guess. He must have re-rolled.
No, we have 2 initiatives, and we
Yes.
advantage.
Yeah, I'll put the first one up there.
Yep.
All right, well, I guess I'm going to try and close up this distance. Sounds of combat are coming from up ahead.
Definitely a thing that's happening.
Yeah. Let's see, I have 40 feet of movement my first turn. Yes. So I can move. Let's see here.
I will also shout out Medusa, by the way.
Oh, great.
I mean, I don't know that your character has identified that.
All right. I've moved as far as I can move.
Would you like to make an Arcana roll?
Oh, yeah. Actually, that would probably...
That would be more reasonable.
Yeah.
Stick to the either side of those things, Igrim, rather than putting that in the middle.
Okay.
Otherwise, things are... Yeah, you identify it as a Medusa.
Well, I'm at the corner, but it's just where it's...
Sure. I mean, if you're in that square, you can see the creature around the corner.
Okay.
The walls are not as thick as the map makes them appear to be. Show me your moves.
I guess I'm gonna try and show it. Roll 20 wants to cooperate when there it is. Let's take a shot. I guess first round of combat too, so I get 3 attacks. Yes, it is. So 22.
But the creature is not surprised because it's
That's
already
fine. I still get an extra attack my first round of combat.
Sure.
And then so 22, 24, and then
All 3 hit.
Cool.
That's 12, 20 points of damage. Yeah, you strike her with 3 longbow shots as you advance down the hallway, firing one after the other. You slice off one of her snake hairs and slice at her skin. She is basically not wearing any armor, just a dress. But even your direct arrow strikes seem to have little or no impact. Daka.
Don't you have the bow armor?
Daka does.
I do.
Daka has it. I don't, because I don't work for crossbow.
I'm not saying that. Sorry, I don't want to indicate that magic damage is what's the problem here. It's just that she has a massive health pool.
That's hallway's gonna get really crowded, so I'm gonna go to this.
Sure. Beat curtain number 2.
Oops. And then I guess I'm gonna have to dash to go through, eh? Can I see through from here?
Yes.
What do I see?
There is ruinous furniture in here that indicates that perhaps someone tried to live in this particular section. There's a staircase down that loops around on the northern side that seems to lead to a basement of some sort. And on the far side of this building, there is a door.
Gonna rush to the door.
Okay, you opening the door?
If I can, because I have to use a dash to
Yeah, no problem.
go this far.
As you open the door, you get a good look at the outside, and you immediately hear a as 6 enormous chickens turn towards you and begin advancing out of the pool.
6 chickens. Oh. I don't have any movement left. I don't.
Slowly shuts the door.
They have a +1 to initiative. So they're a chicken with bat wings and a snake tail.
Best of all worlds.
Actually, I do have more movement. If I'm dashing, I could get.
You should have 60 if you're doing that. Yeah.
So I'm gonna get up to here, or up to here, I guess, because I had to go around a corner.
Sure.
I'm just looking to flank.
Absolutely. For their turn, the flock of birds lifts out of the water and moves to completely surround you.
They're quick.
They are dashing, so they don't get to attack this turn. Where's number 6? Was he under Daka? No.
No,
Oh,
it's
he's back
over
there.
here, down the bottom.
Yeah, there he is. I knew there was a 6th one. Yes. And the last one moves in front of you. They surround you almost immediately. It's like Zelda. If you upset a chicken, they become coming from every direction. You're like, oh shit! Chicken's all up in here!
They're actually
Pick one up and jump off a wall so I can
get a heart piece. Yeah. Mhm.
Finley, you have no idea what's happening in any of these directions.
Well, I think
I shout, giant chickens! Giant chickens!
Medusa! Medusa!
I will dash out the door.
Okay.
That's my turn.
You see these horrible monstrosities.
And I'm probably immediately regret my decision.
Well, no, you can use a free bonus action to dash.
That's
so you
true.
still have an attack.
Absolutely
Really?
true.
Yep.
Yes.
All
You
right,
can
well,
use
then
it
I'll
to do that instead of disengaging and such.
That's right. I'll shoot this guy with a bow then.
Okay. You slide out the door. You come out lying down. Let loose a bow attack.
I slide
Damn.
out the door and into that chicken's DMs.
You strike the snake on the back, and you kill the snake tail immediately with a shot.
Snake tail.
Yep. Wings of a bat, the tail of a snake.
Can you add additional 11 damage onto that, please?
That thing turns around and goes "Caw-caw!" and locks eyes with you.
Huh.
It might not be intelligent, but it is filled with murderous hatred.
I mean,
Can you put me on top of the layer?
And
Is that not
just
possible?
I'll just reveal the next area.
Okay, that's cool. Thanks.
All right, you're up.
Okay. I would like to.
Rage.
Okay, I'm gonna full attack, which is 2 attacks now.
Okay.
But I still got my eyes closed, so I guess these would be disadvantage. Yes.
That's correct. Double hit.
And then I will, for my first attack, I will also smite.
Okay, which one would you like to use?
This is the thing I was trying to work out. I have a lot of smiting opportunities here.
Yes.
So there is the one where I can just burn a spell, which is
I mean, smiting is a spell, like thunderous smite.
yeah. So let me take a look at my spell book here. No, that's level 2 spells. So no wonder I couldn't see it.
Are you blowing a second level spell slot, first level spell slot?
Well, I really want to kill this thing, but I also want to make sure that I don't die. So, I don't know. I'm sorry. This is the first time doing this. So, where's all the spells? Okay, so I have Thunderous Smite, Wrathful Smite, Ensnaring Strike.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's right. I actually might do the Ensnaring Strike, and then try and get some distance from her. Yeah. Okay, so I'll do Ensnaring Strike, which is next time you hit a creature with a weapon attack. Before the spell ends, the writhing mass of thorny vines appear at the point of impact. The target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restricted by magical vines until the spell ends. And the spell is 1 minute.
Okay, it's concentration. And it's a strength saving throw. So what's your save DC?
I believe my save DC is, as a paladin, 14.
She fails. She is restrained.
And I believe at the start, yeah.
At the start of its turn, it will take 1d6 points of damage.
Yeah, piercing damage starter's turn, and it's restrained, which means that its bonus. The next attack would be just normal, because I wouldn't have advantage with my eyes closed.
Yes.
Okay, so I will do my second attack then.
Okay. Yep, 22 points of damage.
And then I will. So is it a bonus action to smite, right?
Yes, it is.
All right. So in that case, if she's restrained, could she make another attack of opportunity at me?
Yeah, that doesn't stop her in any way.
She just can't move.
Yep.
Like, physically can't move, but they can still attack.
What I might do is, so I've got my eyes closed.
Sorry,
How big is this one?
You would like, so it's going to be confusing. You can use Divine Smite as a paladin ability. It does not require a bonus action. So like Wrathful Smite and that shit does. If you just want to be like, I will sacrifice a first level spell slot and deal 2d8 extra damage, that's the thing you can do. Does not require an action. You'd like to pile on damage. So it's 2d8 if you sacrifice a first level, 3d8 if you sacrifice a second level.
Well, I only have 10 HP, and I don't come back like Kelly used to do, so I'm a little bit weaker in that regard.
That has nothing to do with your damage output, but okay.
Well, I mean...
He's talking about spell slots, so is what he's trying to run over.
Yeah. How many spell slots do I have?
Probably like 4 first and
4 first and 2 second.
2 other healers on the team.
Yeah.
If you have 4 first level, you could sacrifice 1 for 2d8 real quick.
Yeah, but then she wouldn't be restrained.
You're still restrained.
Oh, okay. So it's not gonna...
It's not. This is not a spell.
It doesn't
this
break
is
on
the
damage.
ability Divine Smite.
So this is just an additional damage on top of the other spell that I
And you
use.
can do,
I
you can
see
do
what
this
you're
on
saying.
any attack that hits.
Then yes, I will do that.
Okay.
So 2d8, yes.
Yep. Has 2d8 radiant damage, and it deals additional damage if
Whew.
undead or fiendish. Yes.
That is a spicy meatball right there.
All right. She's now super pissed.
I would also like to move if she's restrained as well.
She will get an attack of opportunity on you when you move.
It's better than being in front of the next 2 attacks that she gets for me. So
Very well. That certainly is a truth.
Now I've got my eyes closed.
Yes.
I'm facing her in a doorway. I know the direction I came from.
Yep.
What is the likelihood that I can move in that direction without difficulty?
APGrim can guide you. There's no difficulty here.
All right, I will do that then.
Okay.
You can come to the sultry sound of my voice.
One of her snakes snags you at the last second.
Mm-hmm.
1d4 plus 2 plus 46. You take
Please be less
20
than
points
10.
of damage and go down.
Yeah.
You attempt to get away, and as you move away, Kelly, the snake hits you, and you go, "Ah!" and you land in a flop.
Why the fuck is my num keys not working on this keyboard? It's really annoying me.
APGrim, this creature turns towards you, and her eyes glow briefly. I need you to roll... Oh, your concentration ended, so...
It's not a concentration spell, though.
It
It's
is-
just a...
Smite is a concentration. Ensnaring Smite? Yes.
Is it?
The restraining effect is.
Yes. So she doesn't need to bother with that. Instead, APGrim, I would like you to make a Constitution saving throw, as she's forcing a petrifying gaze upon you.
I mean, you know about it, right? So
You fail by more than 5. You instantly turn to stone.
Oh, great.
The creature moves out here and sees Daka and Finley and says, "What are you people doing with my pets?" APGrim, you are a block of stone.
So wait, isn't there some sort of like save per turn that you can make
If you
or something?
fail
for that?
by 5 or more, you are petrified.
So how do you get unpetrified?
You have to kill the thing, probably.
Daka.
What's the plan, Daka?
I'm surrounded.
Yes,
That's
you are.
the current situation.
By
So you can disengage.
You'll have to make a roll to move through them. But yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna use my faith presence.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Been a while since we've done
That's what that looks like.
You can cause each creature in a 10-foot originating will not hit Finley or the Medusa.
No.
Each creature that fails their saving throw are charmed
Or frightened.
or frightened.
Cock
your choice.
charmer.
Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating.
But charmed creatures, I can't make them harm themselves, but I can make them harm another person, right?
No, they treat you as if you are a friend. You can't like order them as if they're an army, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's command.
Yeah, you would. That would be domination.
Right, okay.
Perhaps intimidating them might be
A
best.
charmed creature cannot attack the target or target the charmer with harmful abilities. The charmer has, you have ability check advantage to interact with them socially. So I mean, they don't obey you, but they will de-aggro you immediately should they fail. And they have a -3 to this roll. So
And it's,
it's a wisdom.
14.
They have a +1. No, +1. Yes. Okay.
Wisdom?
Yes.
They're wise chickens.
Yes, they are. So wise. Number 1 succeeds. 2 fails.
So only 2. Oh, okay.
4 of them. Would you like to charm them or frighten them?
Frighten them.
Frightened, they have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls as long as you're in line of sight, and they cannot willingly move closer to you. So these chickens surround you, and now they're all like,
Which 4 is it?
I have marked the 4 with token. Can you see?
Yeah. Okay. So can I move past them a little bit easier? Because
They
can't.
still get reaction attacks. They're just bullet disadvantage.
Okay. Well, then I'm just gonna move as far away as I can.
Okay, make a acrobatics check to try to push.
Acrobatics or athletics?
I'll allow for athletics. Wow. I don't know that Daka long jumps in his life, but this is perfect, man. You just do a standing long jump, like some guy at the Olympics is just like, his form is incredible.
It's up the wall, man. He runs up the wall, backflips over a fucking chicken, dude.
So these chickens are as big as Finley is, but you just right over them and peace out. You are taking 4 disadvantaged attacks.
I think it might be like I take a huge puff of my pipe, blow some vape in his face, and when it clears, I'm gone.
I love the idea that we're trying to make you seem really cool, and you're just like, nah, man, vape cold.
All right, you get critted on by the chicken that can attack you with no problem.
But he did.
All right.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right.
You're good on that one. It might be 2d4 plus 1. Let me check. Yes. It's 5 points of damage, not 6.
I'm okay. Not to say I didn't like not flip and do some cool shit, but there's like
you can see it because of the smoke.
Yeah.
What's your armor class?
16.
All the rest of the frightened chickens are attacking you, and it's nowhere close. They're all like lots of chicken noises.
Finley just sees like me booking it with like smoke trailing behind me. I'm like, God.
It's like in a shape of Daka.
Yeah.
The other chickens run out of your vision. Can't see them anymore. Inside the building now. And the 2 that are not frightened advance on Daka still. Follow him Pied Piper style. Going "Baka!" the whole time. Yes. One moves to get in front of you as it flies over you. Uh, 16 to hit.
Yep.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. Okay. You begin turning into stone. You are restrained. You're not fully turned into stone yet. This thing bites you with its beak, and in the process, it holds you in place long enough for its snake tail to snap at you.
Was there damage associated with that?
There is. It's 2 points of damage.
Mhm.
If you fail again next round, you will be turned to stone.
Okay.
Finley, things are not looking good. There's a very angry snake lady, and you can't hear anything coming from Agram or Kelly anymore.
Well, let's see. That's her right there. You know what? I'm gonna step here and swing at this thing with my sword.
Hell yeah, bro. Nice.
20.
Plus you get sneak attack on this thing too.
Yep. So 24.
You nearly slay it in one blow, but with what little luck it has left, it steps just out of range of a killing blow.
I disengage and close the door behind me.
That's a wise move.
Chickens can't open doors.
The angry snake lady advances towards you, Daka, and is like, "Look at me! Gaze upon me!" And I need you to make a Constitution.
Do you want me to make a death save or something in there? Because I noticed you removed me from the list.
I did. Didn't I kill you? Oh no, you just hit 0 hit points? Yeah, sure. Go and make yours. My bad. For some reason, I thought you were
Yeah.
possible. Daka, Constitution
Which
save.
I was running this way,
That's correct, but part of the
and I
Medusa
got
thing.
hit with something that's already turning me to stone.
I'm aware.
I don't think I could turn around even if I wanted to.
You can't.
I would like to argue that I can't.
I understand, but I'm the arbiter of that choice.
Fine.
You continue to turn into stone.
Just continue?
Yes. It is not enough to force you to instantly turn into stone.
Okay.
Daka. At the start of your turn, you need to make 2 Constitution saving throws.
Start? Oh,
Yes.
Fuck.
Turn into stone.
Yeah.
Still stone. 100% stoned. The irony is not lost.
I mean, yes.
So Finley, remember those chickens?
Yeah.
They come zooming around the corner, no longer frightened, and scenting their prey. A pack of chickens arrives right there.
Oh, I guess you're a little clucked.
Gosh, this would be amazing to end this episode right here, but I really feel like we should at least play out this round. You're the last to move, Finley. What do you want to do?
I go back out the door.
Okay. The other chickens are already pecking at Daka's statue.
And I fire a bow at the Medusa.
Very well.
Killing her.
14.
She steps sideways as your arrow comes in and uses her sword to push it away from her.
Nice moves. What do you say to a Medusa? I don't know. Freeze!
You look lovely.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see
Not
you
the
again.
hair.
Oh, there you go. Kelly, as the last action of the night, can you please make a death saving throw? All you need to do is roll 20.
I will use my inspiration on this.
Very well. That's a wise move. That's
It's
very
inspiration.
very wise move.
Wow.
You went from instantly dying to 1 success.
We did it, boys.
Life comes at you fast.
Holy shit.
Well, it's been a session, guys, and things have happened. And in great news, you get 350 XP.
Oh, what is our current XP? I didn't care.
11,899. And we get how much? 350?
350.
12,249.
12,249.
Is that enough? What do we need? 1,400?
14,000.
Okay. We'll get there. You said 12,499?
59.
12,249.
49.
12,249.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dang.
Yeah, well, the first combat as New Kelly didn't work out as intended. I think I need to work out the kinks of this a little bit. See where we
did
go.
a lot
with
of
it.
damage.
Yeah, yes, but that's not dependent on the class though. So
Sure. Friends, outros. Daka, how you feeling about tonight? Got stuff.
I mean, same thing we do every night, Pinky.
try to take over the world.
Yeah, get stoned. It was good. Like, we've never been turned into stone before, so I don't know what that means.
I feel like I've never experienced the intense pain, my whole body paralyzing.
Yeah. I don't know if that means we're like dead or we'll wake up somehow.
We're just
Not in a
mostly dead.
mountain.
You're still slightly alive.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, I'm happy with it. We killed some minotaurs. Anyway.
Yeah. Considering that we spent the last 2 sessions basically just talking, because I was kind of eager to get into combat.
Yeah.
And maybe I overdid it by running around a little too much, but you know. It is what it
Well,
is.
I'd say the overeager part was where the door opened and there were chickens, but
I was trying to flank.
I
and then
understand.
there's suddenly chickens.
You've fallen for one of the classic blunders, the most famous of which is never start a land war in Asia. But only slightly less well known is this. Don't open a door when you're already in combat if you don't know what's on the other side.
Yeah, well.
Look, it's fine. You can just repeat this raid boss later once your timers have reset.
It's true.
True.
And by timers, we mean, okay, Arthur, we're back at the beginning of the Medusa fight.
I don't
If
think
only
things
I
are...
wasn't lazy and took Arms of Hadar instead of Fate Presence or something.
Arms of
Or
Hadar
instead
is
of one of
great.
my other shit. The only reason I didn't take it is because it wasn't available as a drag and drop.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I didn't want to friggin' write all that shit down.
Wow.
Yeah, Arthur sent me like text for this fucking tunnel fighter, and he like the text has like 7 spaces between each word.
Yeah, it's the
I
UA
did not
formatting.
feel like reformatting that shit. I already did once for like
Yeah, it
a
was.
ranger skill.
Yeah,
Dumb.
like
Why does it do that?
yeah, it's like it's not even double space. It's like quad spaces. Everything. It's stupid. It'd be great if the compendium actually just had even just all of the default stuff in it, which it doesn't. Half the spells in the PHP aren't even in this stupid compendium.
I don't know how they like for the fucking system that is the whole fucking thing. They couldn't even get that right. Like I don't understand it. I really don't.
I just don't even get why like just the base PHP. It doesn't even have all the stuff from that in there. It's like what's the fucking point?
Anyway, is this outros or is this opinion?
It
on the show?
is outros.
Okay, sick. You can find my music over on Spotify if you type in Drumurboy, DRUMURBOY, because I spelt it like a dumbass. The new Far Verona thing is done. It's just I'm not releasing it until their next episode, which is going to be not this weekend, but next weekend, I think, because they have cast traveling. And I'm working on a new thing that I can't talk about. And hopefully I will get my apartment shit sorted out sometime this week.
Word.
That's about it for me.
Spootnik.
Yeah.
It's been an episode for you.
What?
You got away with a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, well, got away with or skillfully played the game,
Made a deal with
potato,
Glimo.
potato.
Deal with Glimo. That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was what I was referencing, really. He's just like, licensing fees for my fake law corporation.
That's right.
We're gonna come full circle.
Remember this.
We'll be first full circle. Spootnik's character will just be Gleemo at one point.
At the start of every game, you just wait for Gleemo to show up and kill him and assume his identity.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you aren't doing that, what are you doing?
Well, you can find me here on Wednesdays, and you can find me on Twitter at Spootnik_71. And that's about it, really.
I'm just glad no one's stolen your second identity lately.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. There's nothing on Spooty McTootie yet, but who knows? Maybe one day there will be. And someone from Cambodia can steal that from me too.
It'll be me again for the second time.
Find a whole bunch of shoe advertisements on Spooty McTootie.
Oh my God, what the fuck was that all about?
Atomic.
Yep, unfortunately. Yeah, Atomikspoon on Twitch and Twitter. No, that is right. Twitch and Twitter. I just say whatever. Stream Warcraft stuff on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm here Wednesdays. I'll be on Wrath and Glory, Dark Inquisition on Saturdays, which is going to be another 8th edition game, so it's going to be fun. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It'll be pretty fun. So I'm just going to try and take our tank away. We have to prevent him from doing that.
I'm going to try to kill everything that you have.
Yeah.
I just want the tank first.
Yeah. That tank didn't do anything to you?
Yes, it did.
No, I did some of your orcs, but it didn't do anything to you. Personally.
I mean, are not the tools that I use to achieve my goals not a part of me?
No.
Okay, well, that's just your opinion, man. Got anything else?
Nah.
Very well. Dave.
Yo, what up? It's your boy, Spicy Mayonnaise. Anyway, guys, thanks very much for watching. If you want to find my stuff, it's youtube.com/Henley. I also now do a bunch of work streams as well. So if you want to go check out that stuff, just look up No Gravity Games. We signed a new game called Good Night Night, which is kind of out, semi-out, not really out. You can go buy it on itch if you really want to. And we have a Kickstarter going right now for Elder's Blood, which is a fantasy Victorian Europe monster stealth game / XCOM. If you enjoy all those words, then that's a game for you.
And Rector's out. Tony Hawkett League.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not out yet. It will be very soon.
It's kind of cool though.
It is cool, yeah. Rector's a lot of fun. And I fixed all the audio problems on the stream. So yeah. But yeah. If you haven't already done so, you should throw your Twitch Prime subscription in the booty circle known as APGamingREAL, because he deserves it. He does a lot of good stuff. And
I made some handouts this week and I'll put together a lot of maps. I feel like I earned it.
For sure.
It's better when you feel like you've earned it. Sometimes I don't.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Cyberpunk Red isn't planned anytime this year to come out, so
it's the worst. It's the worst.
I know.
So dumb.
I actually talked to the guy and I was like, so when is this dropping? And he's like, we don't have any plans for a release date yet. I'm just like,
they just tried to pick up some quick cash by releasing the Jumpstart kit.
I mean, it's a good Jumpstart kit, but there's a whole lot missing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. That'll probably be the next Die Party game that I really, really jump into or whatever. Depends if Arthur's doing one. Maybe we'll join forces again.
I would love to do one, but my schedule is full.
Well,
I have no fucks left to give.
Not coming out anytime soon, Arthur. So no problems there. So.
Got anything else, Dave?
I mean, I got the next day, 2 days off work, so because of public holidays and shit. So I don't know. Not really. Maybe we'll have do a podcast about Fire Emblem bullshit where we talk for 7 hours about Fire Emblem bullshit or something. I don't know.
I'd make that happen.
Yeah.
All right. Well, for my part, I've been sleeping 4 hours a day for like the past 2 weeks, so I'm about to take some NyQuil. I haven't taken NyQuil in about 20 years, so
Oh my god, I would fucking kill.
I'm just hoping that I
Chris
wake up in the
Rodriguez
morning
sleep.
at this point.
Dude, sleep 2 days and just feel
No,
invigorated.
I'm
Never sleep
Jesus
again.
Christ! I have so much shit to do. I don't have time for this shit, Dave. That's my outro. I don't have time to do this. I gotta put together the first 3 videos that were the introductions. Have a good night, y'all.
Peace.
Swish.